Welcome to the Elevate Denver podcast, the place where local businesses and the Denver metro community connect. Here's your host, Amber Betts.
Hello there. I am Amber Betts with the Elevate Denver podcast, and today we're super excited to be here with Verity. She is the owner of Nude Foods Market. Hey, how are you?
Great, Amber. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, we're excited to hear about Nude Foods Market. Tell us what you offer and all about the business.
Great. So Nude Foods Market is a zero waste grocery store. In fact, we like to refer to ourselves as the most sustainable grocery store on earth, which may not actually even be an exaggeration. So instead of all your food coming packaged in plastic and things that will eventually end up in landfill, everything comes packaged in reusable, returnable glass jars. And when you're done with your food packaging, instead of putting it into the earth, you just bring it back to us to be washed, sanitized, and used hundreds more times.
Amazing. I love that. So tell us kind of your backstory and how you got into the business and started it.
So there was a few of us who started it, and we each had kind of very different backstories. So I'll share my personal one. I have always been kind of obsessed with not wasting things, not wasting time, not wasting stuff. And even before Nude Foods, I used to spend a lot of time kind of schlepping up to Longmont, going to the refill store, refilling all my items. I don't know if you've seen the film WALL-E, where basically it's where the earth is covered in trash and there's this little robot kind of looking for greenery through all the trash, and the humans have gone off and they're in a spaceship somewhere.
Oh,
it's like a Pixar or something like that.
Okay.
Anyway, this is what runs through my head. You know, when I walk into a mainstream grocery store, I just see all these products all wrapped in plastic. And I'm like, this is just one store in one town in one country. And this turns over every week. Where is it all going? And we're literally just burying this problem in the earth for our kids to deal with one day. And that is what really motivates me. Like, I just can't bear the thought of all this plastic waste everywhere. You know, plastic comes from oil, which we're trying to get away from. And there's all sorts of terrible things about the way we get our oil. So, you know, I don't want plastic in my body. If your food is wrapped in plastic, all these microplastics are getting everywhere. We're breathing it, we're drinking it, we're eating it. So this is a great way to not only protect the planet, but also to protect our health.
Yep. That makes a lot of sense. And we're hearing more and more about it, right? It's just everywhere. So obviously you basically touched on what sets you apart from your competition. I mean, that's obviously a huge draw, but tell us what else about the market keeps people coming back.
Absolutely. So the plastic piece is the biggest draw because people are sick of, you know, they take their reusable bag to a normal grocery store and then they fill it with plastic, and it just kind of like you're fighting against a tsunami of waste. So that's the main draw for people. But the other things that are maybe less obvious are the sourcing qualities. So one of our big missions is to try and fix the broken food system we have in America. You know, there's a lot of factory farming where the animals are treated horribly and fed dreadful things. There is intense farming on the land where monocropping, where one crop is produced over and over again until the soil eventually degrades and becomes useless. Basically, the way we're producing food in the US is damaging the earth itself, and it's also losing some of its nutrition and goodness by being farmed in that way. So our sourcing focuses a lot on regenerative farming, which if anyone doesn't know what that is, it's where people farm in a way that actually regenerates the earth rather than takes away from it. So they're having animals graze on various areas so that then the manure goes into the earth, and they're switching crops around and resting earth so that they're actually sequestering carbon into the earth and reversing the issues that we're having. We're also really focused on health. You know, a lot of products out there, their packaging is designed to make them look healthy, but they'll have hidden sugars and all these other things to make them taste better or last longer on the shelf. We're very focused on whole foods, natural foods. We have almost no refined sugar added in the store anywhere. We're really trying to get back to what is good for humans and good for the planet. And we want to be convenient. So a lot of people imagine that we are your traditional refill store. We do have a refill section where you can refill, beans, rice, your body soaps, etc. But our main focus is trying to emulate the convenience of a traditional store, where you can walk in, grab whatever you want off the shelf, and leave without having to spend hours doing, refilling stuff and all the work that comes with that. So the only difference, like I said earlier, is you bring that container back, and then we deal with the rest. So it's as seamless as it can be, and as convenient as it can be, and people find it incredibly easy to do. We have absolute raving fans as customers, people who have been shopping with us for years. I mean, just check out our Google reviews. We have hundreds of 5-star reviews.
Okay.
And we just are always looking for ways to make our customers' lives easier. So we have 3 or 4 different prepared meals every week. They come out every Saturday, and actually we're about to launch them twice a week. So they'll come out Saturdays and Tuesdays, so that there are meals available all week. And these, I cooked a dinner party for 10 people in 10 minutes using this. That there's 4 containers. You can get 2 different sizes. It comes with like a main, a kind of carbohydrate, rice or a pasta or whatever, a salad and a dressing or a combination. And you literally just reheat it, and it's the healthiest option you can have, because we haven't got all the preservatives in there making, forcing these things to still be good on the shelf after multiple weeks. Ours are fresh. They go out and then they get consumed. And if not, they, go to the pigs. Because we really don't have any waste, including food waste. We send any compost to the pigs. So it really is a truly circular economy we're creating.
Amazing. So maybe you touched on this as well, but what's a common misconception about your business or industry?
People think it's expensive. That's a misconception. But again, if you check out the Google reviews, a lot of people are like, wow, it actually turns out to be pretty reasonably priced. Because I think what people forget is when you buy a packet of food from a traditional store, there's usually about this much food and this much packet.
Right.
Whereas in our containers, they're see-through. So you can see exactly how much is in there, and they are full to the brim every time. So when you're comparing actual volumes, it works out usually very reasonably priced. The only things that are slightly more are more because that's genuinely how much they cost. So for example, some of our meat is more expensive because it is the most humanely raised, carefully sourced, regeneratively grown meat that you can get. And having something of that quality does end up costing more because it's not being factory farmed and produced in these cruel ways. We do also have a membership, which makes it a lot cheaper for people, or better value. So usually if you're coming in without a membership, which you can completely, you pay a rental fee per container, and then you get most of that rental fee back when you return the container.
Okay.
And in store. So it, creates a circular kind of system.
Sure.
If you become a member, which is only the cost of 2 coffees a month, basically these days, it's $15 a month. You don't pay any jar fees at all, and it's really easy. So we always recommend for people to become a member.
Okay, I love it. So tell us about any news, specials, updates. You mentioned the pre-made meals, but what else is going on there?
What else is exciting? We have invasive species. So we stock wild boar. These wild boar are all over the US, and they cause an enormous amount of environmental damage and damage to kind of the local ecosystems. And before they were culled and then just burnt or, discarded. And actually what we're trying to do is create a market where they're sold for food. So there's sausages, we have wild boar jerky, we have wild boar, all these different things. And people love it. And the great thing is literally by eating that, you're, saving the planet and not eating pigs that are factory farmed.
Right.
We are about 97% vegan in the store. So that's the other nice thing, is that when you shop there, we don't have any, just other stores, there's chips with milk powder in.
Yeah.
Why? We don't have any of that. We actually make our own chips in-house. So we have salt and vinegar, we have plain, we have all sorts of different flavors, including lots of local chip companies as well. What I want to really impress upon people is that we are a full service grocery store. We're not just rice and beans and whatever. We are fresh bread every day from a local baker. We are meals, we are produce, we are, chips, which no one has ever seen zero waste before. We're hummus and pesto and all these other delicious things. We have a full-time chef who makes a whole range of kind of nude made products. It's really a one-stop shop for a lot of people.
All right, Verity, I'm sure you stay super busy running your business, but tell us what we're doing for fun. What do you do outside of work?
Well, I just got back from a 2.5-hour mountain bike ride, which is biking is my absolute favorite thing to do. I am out at 6 a.m. most mornings riding something fun. I actually saw a huge bear this morning, which was exciting. And I love to ski, typical Coloradan. I'll be skiing whenever I can, and love to dance when I can. I've got a dance party this weekend, actually, which at my house, getting a load of people together, starting early, ending early, as us middle-aged people like to do.
Sounds lovely. Awesome. Well, thank you for all the information. Now tell the listeners, I think you have 2 locations?
We do.
Tell us the locations, address, all your socials, your website, all the ways for people to find more about you.
Great. So we're in Boulder at 32nd and Walnut. We are in Denver at 44th and Lowell, so pretty near Tennyson Street.
Yep.
We are online at nudefoodsmarket.com. We are on Instacart, which I think will probably be instacart.com/nudefoodsmarket. And people can get a 20% discount on their first time shop if they go to nudefoodsmarket.com/first-timer-20, as in 20. So nudefoodsmarket.com/first-timer-20.
We'll put that in the description and the comments as well. So,
Great.
All right, dear. Thank you so much for joining.
And Facebook and all those good things, and just search Nude Foods Market and we come right up.
Perfect. All right, Verity, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, and thanks to the listeners out there. Have a great day.
Thank you for listening to the Elevate Denver podcast. If you'd like to be featured on the show, go to elevatedenvermedia.com. That's elevatedenvermedia.com, or call 303-359-2140.